have been supported to ensure that women in the marginalized employment remote areas are aware of available opportunities. In addition, the ministry is spearheading outreach. The new national initiative opportunity through a multi-sectoral approach and the Kenyan Jobs Economic Other ministries, departments and agencies being development partners and this financial year targets both youth. The ministry has put in young women for economic MSME through grants to ensure development, commercial infrastructure, and scalability and market of MSMEs, thereby whereas women there are many existing high intervention from government value chain and private actors. For number B, effectiveness has tended to ensure that women in the marginalized and remote areas are aware of available funding opportunities. The ministry has embraced the multi-sectoral approach and awareness initiatives the sector through a multi-sectoral approach create more synergies and opportunities other ministries, departments and agencies on development partners and private sector. As a result, the ministry has put in place MSME dialogue, MSME known as MSME Connect, to ensure this initiative was launched on 14th March scalability 2025 this year in Nairobi. Whereas there are many existing interventions from government, county and private actors that their effectiveness has tended to be undermined and discuss opportunities of address emerging challenges within the prevailing local context. The ministry has embraced the multi-sectoral approach, public coordinate private sector, MSME dialogue, and will create more synergies and opportunities this year for leveraging the focus on MSME development. The ministry has joined outreach programs private through the SAGA's MSME dialogue while working together with the county government and national government. This initiative was launched on 14th March and 2025 offices this year in Nairobi. A comprehensive plan is to go across the country and hold county level that will outline opportunities in the entire ecosystem, including discuss opportunities, financing, emerging capacity building within the prevailing market context. For instance, in April, the next Kenya and May private sector this year MSME dialogue teams will be held in June this year and Hafla County, Western, Honorable Speaker, and KIE. The ministry is embracing joint outreach program meeting in Kakamega County and while working together with the county government and the national government with the Ngao and the Office of the provide advisor to the President on Women Affairs, the transition Youth Enterprise Development Fund, Women Enterprise Fund, outlines opportunities in the entire awareness on the economic empowerment opportunities, capacity building, and market out of the government, for instance, including how to access government May procurement opportunity this year program. Teams from Speaker, it is only through such MSEA coordinated approach that the majority of Kenyans and at the bottom of the economic pyramid will be reached and linked to meetings in Kakamega County and scales and the Marsabit. Number C, Honorable Speaker, the impact of the Hustler Fund on the women the Ngao has been the Office of considerable. Advisor with to women accounting women affairs 48% youth enterprise development fund to women enterprise. In addition, among others, to enabling conduct awareness on the economic empowerment of 70 billion within circulation into the economy and out of the government has provided including how to access government beneficiaries procurement to enable program. Honorable Speaker, it is only such line coordinated approach manner that the majority of Kenya at the bottom limit of the economic pyramid will be reached. Beneficiaries can potentially grow and scale have a fallback plan for number C, Honorable Speaker, and avoid the impact of the Hustler Fund that the women entrepreneurs has been good borrowers have had women accounting for 40% to grow their credit limits of over the 25 million. As today, we have beneficiaries in addition borrowing up to a maximum enabling over 150,000 Kenya shillings 70 billion loan circulation into the economy. The saving component has mobilized over 4 billion to its beneficiaries voluntary to enable promoting a saving them consciousness access credit line through a dignified mechanism as of today livelihood. With a credit limit of 500 shillings, all beneficiaries has been confidentially crystallized into a 9-band fallback fund to meet their needs, creating and avoid shame ranging from A1 with to C3. Good borrowers have had an opportunity to grow their credit limits, and as today we have beneficiaries who are borrowing to vary up to a maximum of rating of 150,000 shillings. On the new we are institutionalizing the credit score. The saving component towards market utilization 4 billion to accord the highest scorers a soft mandatory promoting a saving that will consciousness among Kenyans as a de-risking mechanism financing to their Honourable Speaker, the credit respect to women, all beneficiaries, everybody agrees that they are good borrowers, even a 9-band fund behavioral creating system. The good borrowing from A1 women to C3 has not found its way to the banks, and this form excellent preferential access to financing. A1, our women, regardless to very poor rating of C3. Good demonstration of good behavior. We are institutionalizing the credit score such as to market utilization slips to accord the high score, which most are soft collateral that will unlock for them access will therefore institutionalize financing, collateralize this good borrowing with respect to women. Everybody agrees that they are and good borrowers, and even the banks will tell you as much on hard collateral. However, to solve good borrowing attributes to women to deepen has not found its way to the bottom of the economic to accord them and a never majority preferential access to finance. Our women, a comprehensive socio-economic impact study is in the process good to measure long-term effects. Still subject plans to enhance the fund support women to this in the payslips, introducing dynamic loan limits that to individual repayment behavior, the hustler and integrating savings will and pension component to build long-term financial resilience among these good borrowing attributes of women for entrepreneurs in the Kenya market from face several economic barriers in accessing financial behavior, many of which stem from financial structural at the bottom of the economic pyramid, inequalities and systems challenge of our people. Among the most prevalent barriers are a comprehensive socio-economic limited asset ownership is in the process, limited access to measure long financial history, plans to low level of financial literacy, high costs associated with introducing dynamic loan limits, formalizing individual repayment behavior and societal norm savings in some regions components to build long-term restrict women's participation among women borrowers. Informality remains a major issue as the women entrepreneurs in Kenya, formal financial face several economic barriers in accessing financial resources, many of which the response to these structural barriers. The ministry inequalities and systems strategies. Among the most prevalent barriers mentioned lack of collateral due to limited asset that has eliminated limited access to formal financial and credit history, low level of loans based on mobile money high costs associated with repayment behavior, and formalizing business savings, cultural retirement, societal norms embedded in some regions. Further, ways of women's participation in local leadership. Informality remains a major issue by as many women operate outside their representation in financial systems, which has advocated for simplified business registration. The response to these economic barriers, such for the ministry business has deployed a variety also emphasizes capacity building, one to improve women's readiness about entrepreneurship and market participation, that has eliminated traditional requirements, has introduced collateral and credit loans using social loans based on allowing women without assets and repayment behavior through mutual trust within savings and retirement plan also provides affordable credit features with flexible payment terms, women and supports membership in local coaching and exposure and decision-making to strengthen business by ensuring SEA provides a direct grants and has advocated for simplifying industrial business registration process, value chain integration, and for training. Single business proposed supplement fund also emphasizes in capacity building within women's readiness is a major policy and market aimed at institutionalized support for women, has addressing access to finance, membership, social collateral, allowing women without development to access while advocating through mutual trust policy groups and regulatory reform. KIE also provides affordable credit with the Ministry payment terms and supports commitment, coaching, empowering women entrepreneurs to strengthen business, dismantling barriers. SEA provides full direct grants in Kenya's economy in through the coordinated efforts of the state agencies. The ministry has delivered impressive results and continues to scale women in business through grants, training, within financial inclusion, market access, policy shift, aimed at institutionalized support. The ministry is steadily addressing access to more inclusive membership MSME sector, where young and women are equipped, while advocating for gender amid Kenya's evolving and regulatory reforms. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry remains strengthened the institutional framework in its commitment to supporting women entrepreneurs and align these efforts with the national priorities and their full participation and the bottom-up economic Kenya's economy. Through the coordinated efforts of the state agencies, the ministry has delivered impressive results and continues to scale efforts through grants, training, financial inclusion, market access, and infrastructure support. The ministry is steadily building a more inclusive MSME sector, where young and women are equipped, empowered, and resilient amid Kenya's evolving economic reality.
And welcome to the Senate.
Going forward, Mr. Speaker, the ministry will strengthen the institutional framework for supporting women entrepreneurs and align this effort with the national development priorities under the Vision 2030 and the bottom-up economic transformation.
Amidst the current economic climate, and how are these programs aimed at improving the representation
we come to supplementary
and benefits?
Now, Honourable CS, you've already circulated
could the Cabinet Secretary indicate?
Try to CS, you can take paraphrase so that we save on time. Senator Karen,
okay.
Could the Cabinet Secretary indicate when the deposit guarantee fund and the integrated and digital lending platforms for cooperatives will become operational? I have 3 questions. Outline the measures in place to protect what the initiatives is a ministry undertaking to harmonize, to foster the growth and resilience of youth and women-led MSMEs and promote amidst the current economic climate? And how are these programs aimed at improving to ensure the representation, timely remittance of members' contributions and benefits in the sector, especially in light of could the Cabinet Secretary indicate that according to the government has resulted in Kenya shillings 600 million in unpaid transactions from county government? Could the Cabinet Secretary indicate when the deposit guarantee fund and the integrated digital lending platforms for cooperatives
Mr. Speaker, I think the first question that the member is asking, I've really
to harmonize cooperative policies across counties to ensure consistent policy
she looked at my detailed response. That was fairly comprehensively
are being implemented to ensure timely remittance of
the
members'
issue
contributions
of remittances
in SACCOs,
to
especially in
the
light
SACCOs
of persistent financial
and
mismanagement
other cooperatives,
that, according to the
especially
government, has resulted
from
in
the employers.
600 million
This has been
in unpaid SACCO
a challenge,
from
and
county
this has
government
mainly affected
Thank you, Mr.
county governments and universities. Those are the 2 major Mr. Speaker, within I think the first question that the member is asking, I've really defaulted on remittances of members at my detailed response. As a military, we have very limited powers. The only powers, the issue of remittance is to the commissioners of cooperatives and other cooperatives, especially commissioner of cooperative, to write to them, the employers, lead with them to make contribution, and secondly, he has also the powers mainly affected conduct the banks and the universities. Those who are the two major culprits. Actually, make sure that within the government system that has frequently sometimes on remittances. Banks' hands are also tied because if there are no remittances, then the banks have no money in their accounts. As a military remittances, we have very limited powers. We have now the only powers that we have before the Senate. And we have commissioner of cooperatives. Some of the ways that we need commissioner of institutes, so write to them to plead members remittances actually reach. And secondly, he has also the powers where we involve to even conduct the control of budgets. The banks of those who are default remittances to the county government actually make sure that even they remit the treasury on the same. Their deductions. But sometimes the banks' hands are also tight because if there are no remittances, then the banks have no money in their accounts to make the remittances. However, also we have now the cooperative bill before the Senate, and we have outlined some of the ways that we need to institute so that members' remittances actually reach the SAC.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. I don't have any supplementary question, but just to thank the Honourable CS for a very elaborate answer that he has given. And I just want to say that, Honourable Speaker, a number of issues that he has raised, I think answers the questions that was lingering in my mind. Otherwise, I want to say thank you and most welcome.
Senator Karen.
Mr. Honorable CS, you have indicated that 25 million Kenyans, translating to 48% of Kenyans who have borrowed from the Hustler Fund, are women. I would want a more detailed information on those loans, because we know on the onset, Kenyans used to borrow money from the Hustler Fund just to test if it works. And a lot of these loans were 500 shillings, maybe amounts that do not translate to the kind of empowerment that you're looking for the women. If we can have the details and the nature of these loans, is it group loans, is it individual loans, what are the amounts that women are accessing through the Hustler Funds? And on the Kenya industrial estates, you have elaborated very well what you're doing.
3-0 down, and once again, they've bottled the league.
A lot had nothing. You have not even any breakdown.
Until next season, cheer up with CJs.
In the economy, you have not even any breakdown.
Until next season, cheer up with CJs.
In the economy, you have not even breakdown.
Until next
platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if
In the economy, you have not even breakdown.
until next
platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if where I say platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if where I say platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if where I say platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if where I say platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if where I say platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if where I say platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if where I say platform operated systems, and these are the figures we get on daily basis. Mr. Speaker, if use a digital platform to use your phone, you do not interact with any individual. So it will be difficult to take that particular fund again, divert it to cooperatives. However, in the Cooperative Bill 2024 that is before the Senate, there is a provision of creating a cooperative development fund. And it is through that fund that now, based on how you will pass it here, that is the fund that we will use to support cooperative specifically. And it will be a levy collected from cooperatives, also government allocation to that fund, so that now we can scale up the operations, especially those in the critical value chain. The issue of providing records, I've clearly said here, providing records of Hustler Fund. I've clearly said here, Hustler Fund is a digital platform facility. If you want a printout, I can do it. But if you go to our website, it will show you how it is operated. But I have committed myself that Hustler Fund is a critical fund that I think it helps a lot of Kenyans, that I will come here and explain to members so that they know how this fund is working. So I know there are bad debts. I've admitted myself that there are bad debts, and we're working to see how that can be recovered. But one member said that I paid the 6,000. 6,000 was a promise by Asmio, and as you know, Asmio lost the election, so maybe you organize yourself so that if Asmio comes into power, if they have a chance of coming into power, then they can be able to pay for the 6,000, to pay for the 6,000 shillings. But we are in the Kenya Kwanza government. They have their own priorities, and since we are now under the broad-based, we are now working towards those agenda of theirs. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of us knowing how these funds are used, because one member of Parliament here mentioned the issue of Kamari. With the Hustler Fund, it will be difficult for us as a ministry to follow what the individual use that money. But other funds like Kenya Industrial Estates, KIE, those ones we are able to follow, we are able to monitor and make respective reports, because this is targeted money to make sure that it is given to entrepreneurs. Those entrepreneurs use it properly. They pay back with interest of 8%, is a specific period, and is supposed to help the entrepreneurs to grow, to create more employment. So that will be easier to monitor, and that's what we do. Weather Fund, we do the same, but Hustler Fund, it will be difficult. On the question of Eddie, about the legal impact, let me assure you that we are in the process of doing that. We have commissioned a consultant to help us come up with the impact assessment of Hustler Fund. But I want to assure you that Hustler Fund is operated by two private service providers. That is Safaricom and Kenya Commercial Bank. Kenya Commercial Bank is the custodian of funds, but the operation is carried out by Safaricom. So we are in the process of carrying out an impact assessment, and I'm hopeful that in the near future we will give you a report on that. On the last one raised by my friend Mungatana, I just gave Kakamega as one example that where we were 2 weeks ago. Next Friday, we are going to Marsabit, and we have a whole program involving 47 counties. I will let you know when we are coming to Tana River, and I will appreciate if you are around so that we are able to speak one language.
Thank you very much, Cabinet Secretary. I think we have come to the end of the session with the Cabinet Secretary. Senator Dulo, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I had requested to ask questions from the beginning. Up to now, I was not given an opportunity. And I came to consult the previous speaker. Please allow me to ask one question on the county government.
Senator Dulo, I have not been informed that you and Senator Onyonko had requested, but if you're talking about your name appearing on the schedule, there were several senators before you. And now, because of time, we had actually set a time to finish with the CS at 11. So if we could please allow... Okay, Senator Dulo and Senator Onyonka, I will allow you, but not less than a minute. Huh?
I can have that.
Oh, Senator Onyonka, I'm being informed that you were called and you were not here, so your name was dropped. Senator Dulo, ask your question very quickly, in less than a minute. Unfortunately, your name was called, you were on the schedule, and you were not present. Allow Senator Dulo to ask the question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry, I have a problem with my gadget, and I had contacted the previous speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to ask a question on trade budget within the counties. Mr. Speaker, counties normally budget for trade, more specifically for women empowerment, youth empowerment, and PWD's empowerment. Unfortunately, most of the counties, they have not come up with a legal framework to utilize that particular budget. At the end of the financial year, that budget is reallocated to other activities when our women, our youth, and PWDs are suffering within those counties. I wanted to ask you, CS, are you in touch with the county governments to ensure that that budget is utilized properly to help our people on the ground? I thank you.
Senator Onyonka, 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. CS, I would like to say I'm happy to see you in this House. My question is, your government, which you proudly appreciated today, KK, has said that all the funds were going to be collapsed so that we could have either one or two funds which will be run through either the outfit that you've been talking about or any other. Have you come up with strategies on how you're going to collapse all the funds that exist in our republic? Because we believe that many of those funds are duplicating and being misused and confusing so that for the public to benefit as much as they're supposed to benefit. That was the question, Mr. Speaker.
Cabinet Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, the first question, supplementary question about county governments budgeting for trade. Unfortunately, as a CS, I have no control over the budget of the county governments. But what we do as a national government, in most of these sensitization programs, we involve the official of the counties to know what we are doing at the national level, so that they can also be part of the system. And there will be something for them to learn, as you know very well that most of these counties have not matured enough, so they have something to learn from the national government. On the issue raised by Honorable Nyonga, already there is recommendation that has been passed already by the cabinet that all these funds this fund's initiative is the same, whether it is involving women, whether it is involving the youth, whether it's involving people living with disability, the aim is the same. So it has been already passed that these funds be put together under Biashara Fund, and the process is still going on, and it will come before you for approval. But the process is going on, stakeholders are being consulted, how this can happen, and it will end up in this House.
Thank you very much, CS. Thank you for coming today and answering the questions. We want you all the best, and just to request that since you've seen how much interest there is in your ministry, that you try to keep your office open and engage the senators continuously, Bona CS. But otherwise, we will give you leave, and thank you very much for appearing.
Thank you.
Honourable Senators, we're waiting for the CS Health so that we can proceed with the question time. Let me inform honorable senators, we seem to have a problem with the CS. I'm being informed that the CS had scheduled another meeting with the committee at the National Assembly at the same time with the plenary here. So the delay is because he's still stuck at the National Assembly. It's unfortunate, and I think it borders on contempt. Yes, Senator Kalwale.
To you recheck the information that you have just given the House. While seated where I am, Mr. Speaker, I've been speaking to the Minister of Health, the Honorable Duale. I've also talked to Muriuki, her PS. They have both confirmed to me that they are on the way. They are coming for this session and not in the National Assembly. By the time I was talking to them, they were in the office. It must be around 8 to 15 minutes ago. I've been talking to them now. So can you recheck that? It is inconceivable that the minister would go to the National Assembly when he has confirmed that he's coming here this morning, up to and including the conversation that I'm referring to, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Kalwale, that is the impression that we also had, that the CS was here and he would be appearing. But the clerks have checked and the Sergeant at Arms has checked. He is not at the waiting area where he's supposed to be. And that's why we have this delay. Senator Enoch, yes, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, it's getting worse. It's really getting worse. Last week, we had a similar situation with CS Treasury when he communicated, when we were already assembled, that he was not going to be attending. Now, it's even worse. We are waiting for him, the CS Health. The last minute, he's supposed to be on his way here, but then it's suddenly he is attending another committee of the National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, these games must come to an end. These games really must come to an end, Mr. Speaker. The CS must be brought to this House to respond to the questions that members have asked. If he has to make a choice between going to the National Assembly and coming to the Senate, health is a devolved function. He will have to come here and then make arrangements to meet members of the lower house at another time. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. Senator Sifuna.
Honorable Speaker,
proceed, Senator Sifuna.
Honorable Speaker, why is the majority leader heckling? Because you have given me the mic, I think you should allow me to say what I wanted to say. I promise to be... Honorable Speaker, fortunately for the majority leader, I was directed by my party leader to be nicer. And I'm going to try my best. So I am not going to respond to his heckling today because I have been put on a regime where waliniambia nitoe pilipili moja. It's okay, Honorable Speaker. In the morning, I was called by the MCA Fongara, the Honorable Chege Maura, and he wanted my assistance with his people there who are being evicted in this rain by the Nairobi County government alleging rent arrears. I told the MCA, and unfortunately or fortunately, he had put me on speaker with the people, that I could not go to Ngara because I have a question here pending for the Cabinet Secretary for Health. Honorable Speaker, in fact, I have looked at the question that I was supposed to ask and the response that came from the ministry. There is specific documentation that he has said that I needed to supply. This is regarding the death of a young man who was a student at Kibera Secondary. Honorable Speaker, this is regarding compensation. So I came here purposely so that I can hand these documents to the CS. I hope he's the one walking in. Yeah, so if he has arrived, then we need to proceed. But these games, Waziri, they must come to an end. Because just a minute. Honorable Speaker, please allow us to speak, Majority Leader. I am on the floor. Why are you heckling us? Why are you heckling us? This is not your house. Leader, this is not your house.
Majority Leader.
All of us.
Majority
and the
Leader.
information that we have comes from the Speaker.
Majority
Cheruiyot,
Leader.
You can't heckle us all the time. Can
Majority
you throw him
Leader.
out? Honorable
Majority
Speaker.
Leader. Order. Order. Order.
No,
Order,
Honorable Speaker,
order.
this is unacceptable.
Order, Senator.
Even if I was asked to be nicer, I will
Order,
not
Senator.
allow this provocation to continue.
You started heckling. Okay, then let's stop it at there. Let him finish and listen to him in silence.
Speaker,
Yes, Senator Sifuna.
Honorable Speaker, how is it in order for somebody who's younger than me to call himself my elder? We in which society? And in this particular house, Honorable Speaker, there is nothing like seniority coming from how old you are. It is what is in your brain. It is what is in your head. So you can't come here heckling and telling us you are senior to us, Honorable Cheruiyot. You are just lucky that I have been directed to be nice. Otherwise, you would have seen the full wrath of Edwin Sifuna. Honorable Speaker, I want these demons who have been sent to tempt me to break the directive by my party leader to depart from me. Leave me alone. Honorable Speaker, therefore, now that I have seen the CS, I will take my seat because it was all very critical. But as Senator Wambua has said, the communication to this house
He was on the floor of the house. Can you
please
allow him to finish? Senator
can you throw
Cheruiyot.
this guy out? Is Senator Cheruiyot above the law? Is Senator Cheruiyot above the law, Honorable Speaker?
Order, senators.
He can't heckle like this.
Order, senators.
He can't heckle like this.
Order, senators. Order. He's addressing his issue now. Can we allow him to finish? Let's listen to the senator in silence. Senator Sifuna, just conclude.
Honorable Speaker, it is very unfair. If it was Senator Sifuna behaving like this heckler from Kericho, I would have been thrown out by now. I would have been thrown out by now. Can you apply the rules equally? No, apply the rules equally. Apply the rules equally. Honorable Speaker, I wanted to say lastly, no, throw him out, Bwana. One is he above the law? He's not above the law. He's not above the law. You are not above the law, Senator Cheruiyot. No.
Senator Sifuna.
Let me conclude.
Before you conclude, there's a point of order. Before you conclude, Senator Cheruiyot, what is your point of order?
How can somebody who is out of order be given a point of order? He is already out of order. How can he stand up unless the point of order is against himself?
Honorable senators. Senator Cheruiyot, take your seat.
I thought we have senators here.
Take your seat, Senator. Take order, senators. Order, senators. Senators. The CS is already here. We are going to go to and proceed to question time. And we will cease. We will not. Senator Cheruiyot, take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat, Senator. Take your seat. 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 Senator Cheruiyot, I will find you grossly out of order. You started heckling. You were heckling against him. Orderly, yourself, Senator Cheruiyot. You were not orderly. You started heckling and Senator Cheruiyot, you started heckling and I let you. I did not bring you to order. You will now, I will find you grossly out of order. All the time when Senator I was going to give you a point of order so that you can respond. But you were not behaving orderly. So I have to put a stop to this and we go to question times. That is it, senators. We are starting with the questions. Honorable senators. Senator Cheruiyot, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I was requesting understanding order number 1 and standing order 101. You heard Senator Sifuna say heckler. Can it be expunged from the record of the House so that we protect the dignity of the member, Mr. Speaker? That's my indulgence. No, Mr. Speaker, you need to rein on Senator Sifuna. He cannot be heckling everybody. He needs to behave. Yes. Can you kindly, Mr. Speaker...
Senator Sifuna, order.
Mr. Speaker...
Order.
Mr. Speaker, understanding order number 1, can you kindly expunge the word referring Senator Cheruiyot as a heckler? That's what you are just requesting. Then the matter rests there. TikTok.
Honorable senators, I want to bring this matter to an end. Yes, I did. For a matter of fact, I did not refer to Senator Cheruiyot as a heckler. I said he was heckling in the House. But Senator Sifuna, you did refer to the senator as a heckler, which is out of order. If you could withdraw that and apologize.
Honorable Speaker, you are determined to turn me back into the old me. You yourself have said he was heckling. A person who heckles is a heckler. That is what you call him. Senator Cheruiyot of Kericho was heckling me. He's a heckler. You yourself have made that decision. I will not allow anyone to bully me in this House. I did not come here because of Cheruiyot's graces. I was elected by the people of Nairobi. He is not bigger than anyone in this House.
Senator Sifuna.
If you cannot throw Senator Cheruiyot out for the misbehavior, then there are no rules in this House. There are no rules in this House.
What's your point of order, Senator Cheruiyot? Give him the mic.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, you cannot allow, Mr. Speaker, you cannot, Mr. Speaker, you cannot allow the House to be overrun. You are in charge. Mr. Speaker, I'm inviting you to standing order 121 and 122, which says a senator commits an act of gross disorderly conduct if the senator defies a ruling or direction of the Speaker or chairperson of committees. So Senator Sifuna is totally out of order. He must be thrown to face consequence of standing order 121 and 22 so that this House can proceed, Mr. Speaker. He has defied your direction.
Senator,
he must be thrown out.
Senator Sifuna. Senators, let us conclude this. Let us conclude. Let us conclude. Senator Sifuna. Order, senators. Senator Hamida, order. Cheruiyot, order. Order. Senator Sifuna. The point of order that Senator Cheruiyot has raised is a valid point of order. As the chair, I did direct you. Even though Senator Cheruiyot has said he's not even looking for you to withdraw and apologize. But as the chair, I had already given a ruling. So for the sake of sanity and so that we can proceed, just withdraw so that it does not appear that you called Senator Cheruiyot a heckler. Just withdraw, Senator Sifuna. Senator Sifuna. Senator Sifuna. Just withdraw so that we can proceed. Senator Kajwang. Yes, Senator Kajwang, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, there is a reason why we want to position ourselves as the upper house. The CS for Health, and allow me just 1 minute to say this, was a leader of majority in the other house. He was extremely contemptuous to this house. And we cannot conduct ourselves in a manner that affirms the kind of contempt he used to show to this house. Instead of us pointing fingers at ourselves, we should be condemning the CS for keeping us waiting. Mr. Speaker, we have had children sitting in the gallery, children that you have invited, seeing the leader of this house behaving in a manner that is beneath those children. Mr. Speaker, the initial request was to expunge certain statements from the Hansard. And Mr. Speaker, I think that is fair enough. If they can be expunged, let us not push these things of apologies because we are now getting into brittle egos, Mr. Speaker. I urge you to direct this house and to take control of this house so that we can train our guns on the cabinet secretary rather than on ourselves. Please, let this house remain the upper house. Let this house be a house of decorum.
Honorable senators. Honorable senators. Order, senators. Order. I'm not giving you to speak, Oroba. I'm not giving anybody to speak. Order, senators. Oroba, order. We are going to proceed to question time. I'm not going to take any more points of orders. Can we proceed to question number 22 by Senator Tom Ojienda? Senator Tom Ojienda, ask your question.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the last time we were at the funeral of the late member for Kasipul, Senator Sifuna was told to stop what is done today. But let me move. Mr. Speaker.
Order, senators. Order, senators.
Let me move to my question, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, put your question.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, let me move to question number 22, addressed to the Senator.
Order, senators. Order.
No.
Order. Let's listen to the question in silence.
Mr.
Senator,
Speaker,
proceed.
To ask question number 22, addressed to the CS Health. Could the Cabinet Secretary explain the terms of the engagement between personnel from the Ministry of Interior and National Administration and the Ministry of Health in the ongoing registration of Kenyans to the Social Health Insurance Fund, SHIF? 2, what are the specific roles of the personnel in the registration process, and could the Cabinet Secretary indicate if they are receiving extra incentives, and if so, state the amounts they are being paid? Part C, Mr. Speaker, of the question, could the Cabinet Secretary clarify whether the established guidelines for the operations of the personnel to ensure that vulnerable persons, particularly the poor and elderly, are not coerced or unduly influenced to register for the program? Mr. Speaker, that is part 1. Those are part 1, 2, and 3 of question number 22. Yes, I confirm receipt of the responses. Cabinet Secretary could proceed.
Cabinet Secretary, please welcome.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you, honorable senators. Speaker, if you allow me, on a light touch, the honorable senator for Homa Bay, that I had, in my old days, I had points of legislative difference, but I had no contemptuous for the Senate.